students, I'm Mrs. Adams. I'm the marketing director here at Mount Calvary. I'm sorry I can't be with you today in person, but I hope that some things that I share do help and encourage you today. So as I said, I am the marketing director here and I've been in this position for 1 year now. And my job in a nutshell would be basically to use a variety of methods to share with people about what's happening about Mount Calvary. So using print materials, digital methods, online, being at events and different things to use all those methods to engage with people, prospective families, community members, businesses about who we are and what's happening at Mount Calvary. So some of my responsibilities include posting on social media, so Facebook and Instagram, everything from K3 up to grade 12, just sharing what you all are doing, what you're learning, how you're growing in Christ, things with sports and plays and arts and just all kinds of things that are happening here, just being able to share that on those social media platforms. I also update our website so that when people are searching for a Christian school in their area, they're able to quickly find us, they're able to see who we are and quickly see how to contact Mount Calvary. And so just keeping all that information up to date and the look of the website. So that's one thing I do. And also events are something that I'll do with Mrs. Miller sometimes. And so, for example, we have an event in August, the WJTL Kids Cookie Break Festival. So that'll be a fun one. It'll be a hot one, but it'll be a lot of fun. So we will be responsible for having a table. We'll have some different materials that people can look at to learn about the school. We'll have some fun giveaway items with the school logo on them. We'll probably have like a big champ cutout that kids could take a picture with, champ coloring pages, just a lot of different things from a marketing perspective to engage with people and just let them have that opportunity to learn more about Mount Calvary. My educational experience is that I attended Millersville University and I have a bachelor's degree in English and also a writing studies option. So it's pretty broad of a degree, but it's something that God was able to use in my life, so I'm grateful for that. After that, I actually started working at a place called A Woman's Concern. And if some of you were at chapel a couple months ago, you would remember me talking about A Woman's Concern, which is a pregnancy center in Lancaster. I actually, while I was in college, wrote a paper about abortion, did a lot of research, for that paper, and I was just, I felt like I wanted to volunteer and help somewhere. So I found that pregnancy center that helps women for free who are experiencing unplanned pregnancy or just not sure what they want to do about their pregnancy, and just helps them in a lot of ways for free. So I ended up volunteering there, and after a couple of years there was a job available that included a lot of marketing aspects, and I learned a lot while I was there. We ended up moving to a bigger building. We did a capital campaign where we raised a lot of money to move to a bigger building so we could serve more women. So that included, a new logo, new signage. We did billboards, we did city buses, advertising on buses. We did brochures, we did all kinds of things to meet the women that we were looking to get in front of. So I did some brochures here that I have. One is just a general brochure talking about when life happens, let us be your first choice. That was kind of a tagline we came up with. And then one for our parenting program. So a lot of different marketing things that we did, a lot of different ways, and whether it was online or in person in the city, just to figure out what ways really helped us meet the women we were looking to help. So that's something that I did for several years, and that really helps me in the job I have now at Mount Calvary. So I also make some materials now, as I mentioned. This is the shield that this is a newsletter that we produce a couple times a year. And so this is just a way that people from the community and families, businesses can get a little glimpse into what happens at Mount Calvary. So I do some different types of articles. I do a lot of pictures, just help people see, what's happening here. So I really wanted to make sure I talk about, this talk is not about me. This is about you understanding and thinking and learning about, what is a possible career choice that God might have for you. And so what about you? I mean, are you when it comes to marketing, do you feel like you are creative? Are you someone who maybe your parents or teachers or friends have told you you're really creative, or you're good at, kind of drawing and designing things? Are you a skilled writer? Have your teachers expressed that, you're really good at writing? Those are just, a couple things that might, that would be helpful in a marketing career. That might mean that's something that you would be interested in pursuing. So wanted to get you thinking about that a little bit. I also wanted to share a little bit about some things that I really like about this job and things that I don't like about it as much, because with any job, there's always something you won't like. There's no perfect job, but there's a lot of things I really like about this job, which would be, I really like the people I work with here, the staff at Mount Calvary. I love coming into the school and meeting all of you. I love sitting down with students. I do student of the month interviews and just learning about who they are and how they've gotten to be where they are. And so that's really fun for me just to meet all of you. And so that is definitely a positive. A negative would be deadlines. I don't like deadlines. They're not fun. Printing something like this, it takes a lot of work. It's something that takes a lot of attention to detail and time, and getting it to the printer on time, the way it needs to look. So that's not always fun. That can be stressful. But I also wanted to share something else I have really enjoyed about Mount Calvary is when I first came, we started updating some logos, and we wanted to have a certain look for the school that was very recognizable, that people saw our colors and our logo and our look, and they would know that's Mount Calvary. Whether we do a billboard at some point or just, they see the shield or they see us on social media. So this is one of our main logos that we have here that we kind of redesigned. We also did some athletic logos that we've been using. I can find them here. Here's our newer Chargers logo, and then we have another Mount Calvary MC logo there. So that's always a fun thing to kind of do that logo design and go back and forth, work together as a team to figure that out and what would best represent the school. As far as some advice that I would give to anybody considering maybe a marketing career or any career, I think it is really important, even now in middle school, in high school, and in college, to really learn time management skills. I think you're always going to have so many things going on. You'll always feel, maybe pulled in different directions, but to be able to understand where your time should be, how it should be split up. In this job, I do a lot of work by myself, and I do a lot of work with the team. So figuring out where my time should go, because we all have the same amount of time, but it doesn't always seem like enough. So time management, I would really encourage you to learn what works for you now, so that you can just get better at that as you get older. A couple of things I really wanted to encourage you all with as well would be some things that I would kind of say I've taken out of all the lessons that God's taught me and how He's woven my story together. That I have this general degree that I didn't really know how I was going to use, this English degree. I knew I was good at writing, but didn't really know what I was doing with it. But God knew, He plans our steps, not us. So He kind of took me on this path from, Millersville to Women's Concern, doing that for several years, gaining skills that I'm now using at Mount Calvary that I'm so grateful for now. So a couple things I want to leave you with as far as just advice or things that I would say I've learned along this journey of life would be, first of all, to pursue your interests. So you all have different interests, and that's a good thing. And I would encourage you to pursue those in different ways. If you have different opportunities, whether it's in the summer or at a job or at a volunteer opportunity or at church, whatever it may be, to just continue to learn about the things that interest you. They might continue to interest you, they may not, but to continue to find ways to develop your interests is a really great thing, because you do want to have a job that you're interested in, that you love, because you might be doing that for a long time. So pursue your interests. Also, learn your skill sets. You might be starting to understand now, or even maybe your parents or teachers have expressed to you some things that you are really good at, whether it's something with science or math or drawing and art or writing and communicating, whatever it may be. ask, if you don't know, just continue to learn that as well, and know what your skill sets are. And so, we all have different gifts, spiritual gifts and gifts with academics and different things that God's given us. So I would encourage you to learn those and keep learning those as you grow. Also, to form relationships with people who are older than you and younger than you, in all different areas, at a job, at church, in your family, to just pursue relationships with people, because that is always a valuable thing in life that you will always learn from people in your life. Also, to take advantage of the opportunities in front of you. So there will be just different things that you should say yes to, should say no to, but to seek your parents' wisdom or your teachers in what things might be, taking a little step of faith, but taking those opportunities and just seeing where they lead, because you just never know where that might take you later on in life. I didn't know that when I started volunteering at a Women's Concern, I only did it one day a week to start in college, that eventually I would learn so much through my job at Women's Concern, and I'd be there for 9 years. So you just never know. And lastly, don't be afraid of missing God's will for your life. I think sometimes we focus on, what am I going to do, and what is that end goal, and where is God going to have me? But He will get you where He wants you to be. And so as you're in fellowship with Him, don't get caught up or worried about missing His will, because as you keep taking those steps and just follow His lead, you'll get where you need to be. So I hope today was helpful. Again, this was not about me and what I'm doing, but just hopefully the ways that God can work in our lives as He leads us. So I'm so glad to be in this job, and for me too, it's also something I have such great flexibility, and maybe that's something to consider as well, that in working here, I'm so grateful that I can be home with my kids, but I can also pop into the school for things I need to do. I mainly work at home, but because that's something that's important to me. So, think about that when you think about different opportunities as well. So if you have any questions, or if there's anything you'd like to ask me, since I'm not here in person, I would be happy to speak with you if you see me in the hallways again, or if you want to email me, my email address is aadams@mcchristianschool.com. If you didn't get that, ask your teacher. I would love to speak with you or just answer any questions. So I hope you learned something. Thanks so much for listening. Take care.